turned out just from the start that it was one of the first sports that I was actually quite good at. A lot of people just aren't aware of what their body can do before they go, hold on, I can do so much more than I ever thought I could.
It inspires you to try a lot of things out. You look at like the city in a different way once you've done parkour.
And I thought, you know, if normal people can do it, then I might as well get started right away. My name is Jonathan Parker, I'm from Lincoln.
I'm Livia and I'm from Essex. Yeah.
I'm Josh, I'm 18, from Cambridge originally.
I'm Joe McLean and I'm from Norwich.
I'm Simon Molam, I'm from Lincoln.
I'm Daniel Wilcox and I'm from Essex. Yeah, I started at 15. My friend introduced me to it, he'd been practicing for a couple of weeks, and he came up and said, oh, there's this thing called parkour, which is like new and exciting, like it's a new kind of extreme sport. I went out for a day and literally went out for about 3 hours. It was me and him, and it kind of just absorbed me. And it turned out just from the start that it was one of the first sports that I was actually quite good at. Yeah, every Saturday for a couple of hours was just kind of like where it began. Just trying new things, looking around. It's like the best part is like scouting new places and like finding new things to do that kind of like other people haven't looked at. Basically, when I came to Lincoln, I looked online to try and find any kind of like parkour society, and ended up finding out about Links Parkour. And kind of like coincidentally around the same time, it was Joe Hicks, who was the previous president, ended up flyering out for the society. Contacted him through that, and ended up going over to in North Highcombe. They've got a indoor session, like indoor gym session that they run every Saturday for 2 hours. I ended up going to one of them, meeting Joe Hicks, and kind of getting back into it through that. So there was 8 of us originally, and we went out in Lincoln for a day's training, and kind of just sparked again from there, really. You won't ever get a lot of competitiveness, and we'll get more friendly competition, but it's not like, you don't get a lot of idiots who basically just turn around and just like, oh yeah, I'm better than you, like this or this. Like.
I don't know how he did that, because he used a slower climbing method than me. Well, no, because what I mean is, it's before we like figured out you could skip a few things.
I've beaten all your other times, so.
Everyone is kind of like aware of their own level, and it's a real community vibe in the sense that if you go out and you see a movement that you can't quite do, and people can see that you're trying to do it, everyone will gather around and like straight away just cheer you on, or like try and give you encouragement to help you or tips and stuff.
Then it's step. Okay. Step. Place backwards. So step round, place backwards. Land back.
Yeah, it's just nice to be around people that kind of like share your passion.
Looks like you're doing
Keep up.
yoga.
And the momentum from the V-kick will take you. The momentum from that dip is what keeps you going, makes you go round.
Recently, when I started at uni, I did want to join some sort of society to do with parkour, and I found that there was one. I joined up, and then finally I had a gym to practice in. It was good to have like balancing beams and crash mats and stuff, and like start practicing basically.
Today was just one of our regular 2-hour indoor sessions we run every Wednesday, which kind of, it takes, the majority of our members are beginners, so we kind of just take the basic principles of parkour, put them into practice, put them into a couple of runs to warm up, and then we'll go through specific techniques of the different vaults and today we did a bit more of the advanced vaults, just for some of the people who kind of are progressing a lot quicker than others.
Tonight, who is coming zombie night training? Zombie night training tonight. Meeting 8:30 at City Hall. We're going to do our normal night training with a couple of like fries and another few little bits thrown in. We're going to dress as zombies. Yeah, well, we've come out to a bit of our normal night training like we do every Wednesday, but because it's the Wednesday before Halloween, we decided to go zombie theme. So we've got a couple of guys dressed very zombie-like, just to kind of add a bit of spice to it, make it a bit more interesting, a bit different.
I think a good comparison for injury with parkour would be football. And football's a very popular sport. And I would say that there's no higher risk in parkour of getting a serious injury than there is in football. In parkour, so long as you're sensible, then it's all down to you, whether you get injured or whether you don't. Whereas in things like football, it can be up to other people. You know, they're the ones that will dictate how badly you get injured.
Johnny Parker, he's my best mate. I'm always around his watching films and stuff. I met him before the side started when I first started, and we've just been really good friends since then. Because he's brilliant at parkour. He's been doing it for 5 years now, 4.5, 5 years, and he's amazing at it.
Well, my injury, I was out training, it's in the middle of summer, a few months ago now, and a friend of mine got a new lens for his camera. So he suggested we go out, we film a few tricks, a few flips, just to test out the lens, get a nice video of it. So we'd been out training for about half an hour. I was getting pretty tired because it was non-stop flips and stuff. And after we wrapped up filming, he said, can we get a few photos of what you're doing? Looking back on it, I probably should have said no. I was quite tired, I wasn't focusing, and I tried it anyway. And I ended up spraining my knee. I landed awkwardly, there was a really loud crunch. And as soon as that happened, my mate heard my knee go, and he ran for the phone, like picked up, just tried to get an ambulance. Didn't end up calling one in the end because I managed to limp back home. But I didn't realise how serious the injury was until the day after. You know, the adrenaline was running. I couldn't really feel it at the time. But I went into hospital, found out that it was a pretty serious strain, and I've been out of training for about 4 months now.
The main thing that I will say to people is you don't know your ability until you kind of like start doing it. A lot of people say, I can't, if you show them a cat vault, they can't in their mind do it, but their body can. A lot of people just aren't aware of what their body can do.
So someone who wanted to start parkour, I'd say absolutely just go for it. There's a community in every major city in Britain now, and pretty much across the world.
If you're thinking about doing it, do it. It's so much fun.
Get involved because it makes you a lot stronger, and it's absolutely amazing to take part in, and you meet tons of fantastic people.
You'll find so many people who are all going to be really friendly. That's just the way parkour is.
And it's such a community as well. All my best mates do parkour.
So just if you are thinking like getting involved in parkour, then just go for it, just get involved. Like I say, just your body's an instrument, use it.